If you're over 65 or you care for someone who is, let me ask you something. What if I told you that 3 simple exercises, often overlooked, could actually be better than walking for strength, balance, and long-term mobility? I know that sounds impossible. Walking has been recommended for decades. It's the gold standard, right? Everyone says, just walk every day and you'll be fine. But here's what most people don't realize. Walking alone isn't enough to prevent the physical decline that affects so many seniors. Imagine your parent or grandparent doing something as simple as standing up from a chair, and suddenly struggling. Maybe they push off with both hands. Maybe they pause halfway, almost losing balance. You might think it's just normal aging. But it's not. It's subtle, but it says so much about their health. It's a warning sign that their leg muscles are weakening, that their core stability is fading, and that their risk of falling is quietly increasing. And here's the truth that nobody wants to talk about. Mobility is independence. For seniors, losing mobility often means losing confidence, freedom, and even emotional strength. It means needing help with daily tasks that used to be effortless. It means relying on others to do things you've done your whole life. It changes everything, not just physically but emotionally and mentally too. But the good news? There are exercises that help rebuild this strength, safer, more effective, and even recommended by surgeons. These exercises target the exact muscle groups and balance systems that walking simply cannot reach. And they can be done at home with no equipment in just minutes a day. By the end of this video, you'll discover the 3 surgeon-approved exercises that outperform walking in key areas, especially balance, joint support, and fall prevention. Plus, I'll share simple tips to start these exercises safely at home, even if you haven't exercised in years. These aren't complicated gym routines. They're practical, doable movements that can genuinely change the trajectory of someone's health. Before we begin, comment below. Do you walk regularly or do you prefer home exercises? I'd love to see your answers. And if you enjoy practical, senior-friendly health tips, make sure you subscribe to Golden Years Guide for more videos just like this. We're here to help you protect your independence and your quality of life. Now let's dive into the first exercise. And I want you to really think about this one because it's something you see every single day, but you probably never realized how important it is. Picture this. Your dad sits down at the dining table after breakfast. When it's time to stand up, he leans forward, grips the armrests, and pushes himself up with both hands. Maybe he even rocks forward once or twice before he gets momentum. You think it's normal aging? But is it? This small struggle is actually one of the earliest signs of declining leg strength. And it's not just about the legs, it involves the core, the hips, the balance systems, everything working together. When someone struggles to stand from a chair, it's their body telling them that the muscles responsible for keeping them upright and mobile are getting weaker. And here's what surgeons want you to know. The sit-to-stand exercise mimics the same strength needed for stair climbing, balance, and fall prevention. It strengthens the quadriceps, glutes, and core more effectively than walking, because walking doesn't build enough resistance. When you walk, your legs move through a comfortable range of motion. There's no real challenge. But when you stand from a seated position, you're lifting your entire body weight against gravity. That's resistance training. That's functional strength. Now, families often say, they're walking every day so they're fine. But walking alone cannot maintain leg strength after 65. Research shows that after age 65, muscle mass decreases by about 1 to 2% per year if you're not doing resistance exercises. Walking keeps your cardiovascular system healthy, yes. But it doesn't stop muscle loss. It doesn't challenge your legs enough to maintain the strength you need for daily activities like climbing stairs, getting out of the bathtub, or recovering your balance if you start to fall. Some people even hold their breath or move too quickly when doing sit-to-stand exercises, putting unnecessary pressure on the knees and lower back. This is a mistake that can lead to pain or even injury. The key is to move slowly with control and to breathe throughout the movement. So here's how you do it properly. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Lean slightly forward from the hips, not from the upper back, and engage your core. Without using your hands if possible, push through your heels and stand up fully. Pause at the top, then slowly lower yourself back down with control. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 8 to 12 repetitions and do this 2 to 3 times per day. If using hands is necessary, that's okay. Strength builds over time. You can start by lightly touching the armrest for balance, and as you get stronger, you'll find you need them less and less. Some people even start by using a higher chair or placing cushions on the seat to reduce the range of motion. That's perfectly fine. The goal is progress, not perfection. And here's something I want you to really understand. This exercise isn't just about building muscle. It's about maintaining dignity. It's about being able to get up from the toilet without help. It's about standing up from a restaurant booth without embarrassment. It's about independence in its purest form. If you know someone who struggles with standing up lately, share this video with them now so they know they're not alone. Because so many seniors feel shame about this. They think they're the only ones. But this is one of the most common issues in aging, and it's also one of the most fixable. But leg strength isn't the only thing seniors lose with age. Balance slowly fades too. And that's where the next exercise outperforms walking in every way. Imagine a grandmother who walks every morning, faithfully, rain or shine. She goes around the block, gets her steps in, feels good about it. Yet she still holds the wall when moving around the house. She reaches out for the counter when she walks through the kitchen. She grabs the door frame when she turns into the bathroom. Why does this happen if she walks daily? Because walking doesn't challenge the balance systems the way targeted balance exercises do. Walking is predictable. Your feet follow the same pattern over and over. Your brain doesn't have to work hard to coordinate your movements. But life isn't predictable. When you step on uneven ground, when you turn quickly, when you reach for something on a high shelf, that's when balance matters. And that's exactly what walking doesn't train. This exercise is called the heel-to-toe walk, and it forces the brain, core muscles, and inner ear to synchronize, something walking simply doesn't do. Your inner ear contains sensors that detect head position and movement. Your eyes give you visual cues about where you are in space. And your muscles and joints send signals to your brain about where your body is positioned. All three systems have to work together to keep you balanced. And the heel-to-toe walk trains all three at once. Studies show heel-to-toe walking reduces fall risk by improving neuromuscular coordination. In fact, research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who practiced balance exercises for just 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week, reduced their fall risk by nearly 30%. That's huge. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in people over 65. And most falls happen because of balance problems, not leg weakness. Now, many seniors say, I don't need balance training, I walk every day. But walking only moves forward, it doesn't challenge lateral or controlled balance. It doesn't require you to shift your weight carefully from one foot to the other. It doesn't force you to stabilize your core and focus your attention. Walking is automatic. Balance training is intentional. Others try to rush the exercise, which defeats the purpose. They want to get through it quickly like it's a chore. But the whole point is to move slowly and deliberately. That's where the benefit comes from forcing your brain and body to communicate more precisely. So here's how to do it. Find a clear space in your home where you can walk in a straight line for at least 10 feet. You can use a hallway or walk along a counter for support at first. Place your right heel directly in front of your left toes so they're touching or almost touching. Then step forward and place your left heel directly in front of your right toes. Keep your eyes focused on a point ahead of you, not down at your feet. Walk slowly, taking 10 to 20 steps. Use a counter or wall for support at first if you need to, but try to rely on it less over time. Even 2 minutes a day can drastically improve stability. That's all it takes. 2 minutes. You can do it while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. You can do it while you're on the phone. It doesn't require special equipment or a trip to the gym. Just space and intention. And think about what this means for quality of life. It means being able to walk on grass without fear. It means navigating a crowded grocery store without feeling anxious. It means walking your dog without worrying about tripping on the leash. It's freedom. Real, tangible freedom. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed to Golden Years Guide, I'd love to know why. Comment below and tell us what's stopping you. We share life-improving content every week. Don't miss out. Because these tips aren't just information. They're tools that can genuinely change lives. Now that we've covered balance, let's move to the exercise that surgeons love most for back health, posture, and joint protection. A senior man once came to his doctor and said, "I walk every day yet my back still hurts. I don't understand." The doctor smiled and said, "Because walking doesn't strengthen your upper body." This exercise changed everything for him. Walking is wonderful for the legs and the heart, but it does almost nothing for the upper body. And here's what most people don't realize. Upper body strength is critical for seniors. It affects posture, which affects breathing, which affects energy levels. It affects the ability to catch yourself if you start to fall. It affects whether you can carry groceries, lift a pot off the stove, or push open a heavy door. Wall push-ups activate the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, all essential for posture. When these muscles are weak, the shoulders round forward. The head juts out. The spine curves. This is called kyphosis, and it's extremely common in older adults. And poor posture doesn't just look bad, it increases fall risk and joint pain. It compresses the lungs, making breathing harder. It strains the neck and causes headaches. It throws off your center of gravity, making you more likely to lose your balance. And here's the thing, walking doesn't fix this. You can walk 10,000 steps a day and still have terrible posture. Because walking is a lower body activity. It doesn't require you to push, pull, or support your upper body weight. Some assume push-ups are too hard for seniors. But wall push-ups are safe, low impact, and surgeon approved. They give you all the benefits of a traditional push-up, but without the strain on the wrists, shoulders, or lower back. They're one of the safest and most effective upper body exercises for older adults. Another mistake people make is standing too far or too close to the wall. If you stand too close, the exercise is too easy and you won't get much benefit. If you stand too far, you might strain your back or shoulders. There's a sweet spot, and finding it is important. So here's how to do it properly. Stand about arm's length from a wall. Place your hands flat on the wall at shoulder height, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag or your back arch. Slowly bend your elbows and lower your chest toward the wall, keeping your core engaged. Pause briefly when your chest is close to the wall, then push yourself back to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Perform 10 to 15 reps and do this once or twice a day. You can increase the difficulty by taking a small step back from the wall. As you get stronger, you can progress to doing push-ups against a countertop, then a sturdy chair, and eventually the floor if you're able. But there's no rush. Wall push-ups alone can provide tremendous benefit. And think about what this does for daily life. It makes it easier to push yourself up out of bed. It makes it easier to get up off the floor if you've been gardening or playing with grandchildren. It strengthens the muscles that protect your spine and keep you upright. It's not just about looking strong, it's about being strong in the ways that matter most for independence. Will you try this exercise today? Type, "I will," in the comments if you're going to start. Because I want to see your commitment. I want to know that this video isn't just something you watched and forgot about. I want to know that you're taking action. These 3 exercises may seem simple, but together they build the foundation of senior strength. And now let's talk about why this matters emotionally. Watching a loved one lose strength is heartbreaking. One day they're active, vibrant, doing everything they've always done. The next, they're holding onto furniture to walk. They're saying no to outings because they're afraid of stairs. They're asking for help with things they used to do without thinking. It happens gradually, but the impact is profound. And it's not just physical. When someone loses their mobility, they often lose a part of themselves. They feel like a burden. They feel embarrassed. They stop going to social events because they don't want to slow anyone down. They withdraw. They become isolated. And that isolation leads to depression, cognitive decline, and a faster overall decline in health. But instead of fear, think of this as empowerment. These exercises are tools, simple tools that can protect independence. They're not a cure-all. They won't reverse aging. But they can slow it down. They can give someone more years of living on their own terms. They can give families peace of mind. They can give seniors confidence. If someone came to mind while watching this video, check on them today. Maybe even try these exercises together. Make it a routine. Do them side by side. Encourage each other. Celebrate small victories like standing up without using hands for the first time in months, or walking heel to toe without wobbling. These moments matter. They're evidence of strength returning. They're proof that it's never too late. It's never too late to start strengthening the body. Even small steps create real change. Research consistently shows that even people in their 80s and 90s can build muscle and improve balance with the right exercises. The body is incredibly adaptable even in old age. It wants to be strong. It just needs the right stimulus. And I want you to hold on to this truth. Movement is medicine. It's one of the most powerful tools we have for maintaining health, independence, and quality of life. More powerful than most medications. More effective than most interventions. And it's free. It's accessible. It's something you can start today, right now, in your own home. So let's recap. Today we covered the 3 surgeon-approved exercises that are better than walking for seniors over 65. The sit-to-stand, the heel-to-toe walk, and wall push-ups. The sit-to-stand builds the leg and core strength needed to prevent falls, climb stairs, and maintain independence in daily activities. It challenges your body in ways that walking simply cannot. The heel-to-toe walk trains your balance systems, your inner ear, your vision, and your proprioception, to work together, dramatically reducing fall risk and improving confidence in movement. And wall push-ups strengthen your upper body and core, improving posture, protecting your spine, and giving you the functional strength to push, pull, and support yourself in everyday situations. Together, these 3 exercises create a complete foundation of strength, balance, and stability. They take less than 10 minutes a day. They require no equipment. And they can genuinely change the trajectory of someone's health. Which exercise are you going to start with? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Are you going to focus on leg strength first? Balance? Upper body? Or are you going to do all 3? Let me know. Because when you share your plan, you're more likely to follow through. And I'll be here cheering you on. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Golden Years Guide so you never miss tips that can protect your health and independence. We're building a community here. A community of people who believe that aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adapting. It means being proactive. It means taking control of the things we can control. And here's one more thing I want you to remember. These exercises aren't just for people who are already struggling. They're preventative. If you're in your 60s or 70s and still feeling strong, these exercises will help you stay that way. They're an insurance policy against future decline. Because it's so much easier to maintain strength than to rebuild it after it's gone. So whether you're doing these exercises for yourself or you're sharing this video with a parent, grandparent, friend, or neighbor, thank you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for taking the time to learn. Thank you for being someone who refuses to accept decline as inevitable. Stay strong, stay active, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, your body is capable of more than you think. All it needs is the right approach, a little consistency, and the belief that you're worth the effort. Because you are. You absolutely are.